This little training video is just for anyone that's ever wanted to have a garden but really never knew where to start, or maybe doesn't have a lot of space for a garden. And if you've wondered if you can actually grow vegetables in a small area, maybe on a balcony, maybe in a small patio, or if it's worth even the effort, I'm here to tell you it's definitely worth the effort. You can learn a lot. You will enjoy so much watching your plants grow and then getting the flowers, and then the flowers become the vegetables. It is so rewarding. It's also very good even for gut bio to be working in the soil. You know, there's a lot of bacteria in the soil that is actually beneficial for us. And when we work in the soil a little bit, the same with making sourdoughs and using yeasts of different types, it really does make a difference in our health. So people have asked, what kind of vegetables can I grow in a patio garden or in a pot? And it's pretty much unlimited, except for those that need a big area for a long root, such as a carrot. That probably doesn't work unless you get seeds that have the very small, short carrots. I think they're called French carrots. But definitely eggplant, definitely herbs, definitely lettuces. And I'm going to show you my patio garden, and I'm going to show you what I grow on it and how it looks and how it grows. And I think that you'll find it very, very easy. So I will be right back. Okay, so here I am in my garden, and as you can see, it's quite expansive, and I've been working on it for about 15 years, and I just love gardening and seeing things grow. And as I always remind myself, you know, gardeners have to believe in tomorrow, because what you plant today doesn't necessarily show up as something you enjoy until tomorrow or the next year. But I'm going to give you a shot here of my patio garden, which I really, really enjoy. And first of all, what you would need, of course, is a pot. So I bought these pots at one of the garden shops, and these are made of resin. They are not terracotta, because it gets cold where I live in the winter, and terracotta will split, and I have no place to put them inside. But of all the garden space that I have, I really enjoy this patio garden as much as anything else, as much as a large plot of land that I might be digging in. So I'm going to go over to this first pot and show you what I have in here. And as you might notice, this is basil over in the corner here, and it's doing quite well. And then next to the basil is oregano, and the basil is really growing well. I want to give you a little tip about pruning basil. Don't let it grow tall and very spindly, because what will happen is you'll just have spindly basil with small leaves that you won't be able to use. But if you take this piece of basil, for example, and you want to come out and snip some basil, go down to where the next set of leaves are and just pinch it off. And that's how you continue to pinch off your basil so that you can use it in your recipes. But what happens is you keep the plant low and you keep it bushy so that it just doesn't get tall and spindly. Just the smell of that basil right now after pinching it off is amazing. My oregano is starting to go to seed. So this is what happens when it matures and it starts going to seed, so that it can reseed itself. So what I need to do is be pinching off the seed so it doesn't go dormant. Now, in this very same pot, I have a tomato plant, and it's a patio tomato plant, and it has bloomed. And I will show you that there is a lovely tomato right there in the pot that's going to be ripening soon, and I will be using it for recipes. Now, over in the back of this pot, I have, as you can notice, lettuce. And the lettuce is doing really well. So tonight we're going to have a lettuce salad, and I will just be pinching off some of the lettuce leaves and using them. and I'm going to pinch off the top again so it stays short and useful, so that it doesn't just go to seed. Over here I have some Swiss chard. I have the red Swiss chard, which is also going to be great in salads or just, in a sandwich, whatever we want to do with them. That's pot number 1. Now, as you can see, I have herbs, I have vegetables, I have lettuce, all in one pot. And what I did was I just used potting soil. I filled the pot up. I didn't use I should say gardening soil is what I purchased. I don't purchase potting soil because potting soil has the white, I don't know if you call that vermiculite or osmocote that's supposed to hold the water in the soil. It doesn't work for me. So I just use nice, good potting soil. I'll buy a bag of it, $3 or $4, put it in this resin pot. And you might notice I have a rock here. This rock was put here because the Swiss chard was falling over, so that helps the Swiss chard to grow straight up. Okay, let's move on to the next pot. The next pot is really interesting. This year I did something unusual for me that I haven't tried before, is I planted eggplant in this pot. And the eggplant has just done wonderfully. As you can see, I've got some beautiful eggplants that I'm going to be picking soon and using in recipes. I've got a great recipe for eggplant meatballs, eggplant non-meatballs. But this plant has just done wonderfully, and it's been so much fun to watch. Eggplant has a beautiful little purple flower. I can show that to you. And first you see the flower, and then you get the little eggplants. And I'm probably going to have at least a dozen eggplant from this one plant. Next over here I have the fresh rosemary, and it's so nice to be able to step out my door from my kitchen and pick these fresh herbs all summer long. Behind the rosemary is some parsley, as you can see. This is beautiful flat leaf Italian parsley, and I just continue to pick it. I usually go underneath to the bottom and just snip off a piece of the parsley. The thing I like about these gardens in pots is that if it's not getting enough sun, you can move the pot and put it in the sun. Not like when you're just planting in a stationary garden. You can't move the whole garden. But I've been able to move this around a little bit so that we get the very best light for it. Here's another look at another eggplant. Wonderful. It's a beauty, and I will be using it soon. And then besides the rosemary, besides the parsley, besides the basil, I also have, besides the eggplant, I also have tomatoes here. So this is a small patio tomato plant. Look at the tomatoes I'm going to get from this. Pretty amazing. And they will ripen soon, and if there's not enough sun, I will probably move this pot a little more into the sun later this summer. So please give it a try. All you need is pot, dirt, some small plants. You can buy small plants at garden centers, and they're already started for you, and no need to have to start them from seed if you're new at this. Thank you for watching. I hope you will try a beautiful patio garden at your home, and I will see you again soon. Please subscribe to my channel so I can continue to send you great tips about gardening, health, longevity. Thanks. Bye-bye.